Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Wow, that just tastes amazing. A lot of times people ask, hey, how do you make your coffee? Well, it's just actually normal coffee. Judy picks these K-Cups up from Costco, and I mix in there some hazelnut cream and some ground cinnamon, and it has an amazing taste. And a lot of folks are probably thinking, boy, there's got to be something else in that guy's cup. He's just way too happy. Well, guys, it's not what's in my cup that makes me happy and gives me joy. It's what's in my soul. God has done some great work down in there, I'll tell you what. Anyhow, I was reading two articles this morning, and these are just great. So it has been confirmed Caroline Ellison has totally rolled on Sam Bankman-Fried. She has just cut herself a plea deal, pleading guilty to, I think, 7 counts of wire fraud and securities fraud and all this kind of stuff, which, by the way, I guess under normal circumstances, those charges that she had leveled against her would put someone behind bars if they're found guilty for over like 100 years. And so in this case, I think she settled for like a 6-year sentence. And apparently Gary Wang has done the same thing. So SBF's goose is absolutely cooked, no doubt. I think they plan on throwing this guy in, putting him away and throwing away the key, as they say. But what really interests me is I wonder just who SBF is going to roll on next. Because, guys, I think there's some really big fish tied up in this whole debacle. And when it all gets unfolded, it is going to be something else. Now, having said that, you just don't know how things turn out in life. And, of course, a lot of people are saying, hey, SBF better be watching his back because you never know, the kid might get Epsteined or whatever. And, I wouldn't want to see that for anybody. I don't wish that kind of stuff even on my worst enemy kind of deal. But the thing is like, look, there's a lot of big players in this whole thing. You're talking a massive, massive fraud scheme, multiple legal entities, billions and billions of dollars. There is something afoot, no doubt. And I think when we see this will be one of the biggest breaking cases that we will have ever seen in a long, long time. Probably the biggest case since, the O.J. Simpson trial. It's going to be something else. Oh, man. Now, the second article that I was reading had to do with stable coins. And apparently in 2022, $7 trillion worth of settlements were done in stablecoins. And when you compare that with Visa, which was about $12 trillion, you're watching these stablecoins built on, guys, distributed ledger technology, just moving at hyper speed, catching up to these traditional payment rails. Now, a lot of people say, well, hey, with Visa, what you're talking about there is a lot of, people using Visa for spending, whereas, with stablecoins, it's settlement for, decentralized finance. Well, that's, there could be some truth to that. But the reality is the adoption. That's what the big deal is here. Stablecoins would never see $7 trillion worth of settlement volume if we weren't seeing some levels of adoption. It is absolutely massive and certainly counterpoints to that whole article there that was coming out of the Bank of India yesterday about, how cryptos are such a nefarious and bad thing and and there's no underlying value whatsoever in this stuff. Well, if there's no underlying value in the protocol, how on earth would you start to see $7 trillion worth of settlement volume? Because I'll tell you what, $7 trillion, you're not talking about retail there, guys. You're talking about institutional type of money. That is massive amount in a year. In 2022, $7 trillion, that is phenomenal. And we're seeing adoption like we have never seen before. And it's happening faster and faster and faster. And I'm telling you what, I am so convinced that by 2025, we are going to see such a technological change in our world when it comes to the movement of value and monetary instruments. It's going to blow people away. But that's what I see coming. I see that they're going to get a reset. And when they do this hard boot and they do this hard reset, you're going to watch all these switches being flipped on and this digital asset economy just going wild. You wait and see, and if I'm not wrong. And if I am wrong, hey, I'll own own it, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I think what we're going to see is such a massive and speedy transformation. It's really going to blow most people away. You just look at what we're doing right now. Right now, I'm sitting here recording this video on a handheld device, a phone. Now we think, oh, well, yeah, but do you know what, guys? It was not that long ago where this technology did not even exist for the average person. I mean, most of us around my age, we can look back and remember, and really not that long ago, right, the late 90s and even into the early 2000s, where we would be thinking like, hey, it was science fiction to actually be able to get on a phone or a device and talk to someone face to face with FaceTime. Now that's an absolute reality, and we're dealing with things that we thought we would never deal with before, and the technology is moving so fast. And it's the more technology you get, the faster it seems to advance. And that's why I think we're going to see it as quickly as what we will. And with this whole new messaging standard, I think that is another major evidence of the changes that are coming. And they want the whole thing tied up and completely finished by 2025. And you've got every nation around the world, every major nation around the world, and even smaller nations around the world developing and getting ready to implement their central bank digital currencies. I mean, they're testing it right here in the United States as we speak. And so it's probably not going to be too much longer that we're going to actually see it. So get ready. It's going to be an amazing ride. Well, guys, I have a fantastic video planned for us later today, and I hope you're having a great Thursday. It looks like it's going to be a good day. It smells so nice out here. And actually, although it looks kind of cold, it's not as cold as it was yesterday, surprisingly enough. So it's gearing up to be a good one. So, guys, until later on today, I sure hope you have a fantastic one, and take care.